we gonna really do this again for another 2 fucking hours? Don't you have anything better to do? I do, actually. I actually had a whole day planned. Mapped out. Continue what I was doing yesterday, which was a continuation of what I was doing the day before, which was a continuation of what I was doing the day before. Not so much redoing it, but just building off of. So for reasons that'll probably take about 2 hours to fucking explain. No, I'm sorry. How long has this been going? This is week 3? Or is it week 4? I don't even remember. I think this is week 3. Is this week 3? Since I started doing this? That's it. You don't ever shut the fuck up, do you? No, I don't know how. Just talk. It feels like I've been doing this for a while. Yeah, but even still, like, I'm glad I documented everything. Posterity. This way, if I ever, like, come to a point where it's like, yo, did that just fucking happen? I can always come back and go, holy shit, it did. Today's one of those days. But today's one of those days where everything that led up to now, I wrote that. I always write that. There's gonna come a point in time where you look back on all this and go, thank fucking God it played out exactly the way it did. It's windy as fuck out, I ain't gonna lie. It's like all, like, feeling like shit. And like I'm falling apart and dying for two and a half days. I feel like today made up for it. I see why I had to go through all that. I can see why I had to let go of all that shit. Now what I was doing was I was learning how to tell time. Well, I'm learning how to keep track of time. The way that it used to be kept track of. I don't know when. I don't know who came up with it. All I know is I have a book that's said to have been written by King Solomon to his son. And after 5 years of trying to fucking make sense out of that goddamn thing, it finally clicked into place the other night. And it set me down this fucking path. It set me down this path which just happened to be exactly where I was looking to go. I didn't realize it at the time until it clicked, and then I realized, holy shit, this is exactly what I was looking for. It's kind of peaked out today. Where it was just like, holy shit. I knew I wanted it, but I didn't know how much I needed it. That makes sense? Of course it makes sense. It's good. It's a good thing It's a good thing I fucking... I don't know. It's not true. I mean... God for gummies. Nah, the reason I say that is just because, like, some of the places I go to, I know recently I was just going through my old journals. And it was kind of like my 6th time doing it. And the way I'm doing it. And there came a point where I came up to this one part. I came up to several parts where this happened. But the way it always goes is like I get to something and I read myself and go, holy shit. Like if everything that happened up until this point didn't happen, I think this would actually break my mind. I think this would actually turn my mind to jelly. It would melt my mind and then fucking corrode my brain and I wouldn't be able to think. I think I would just turn into a fucking vegetable. Because it's not often... How do I word that? Like, there's not a lot that surprises me. Not that there isn't. Like, there's times where shit happens in my life and I'm fucked for days. Like, I'm seriously fucked up for days at a clip with trying to reconcile what the fuck did I just experience. And today's kind of like one of those. Because it always seems to work out the same way. It's like you get to a point where it looks like you're about to loop back around on something, then there's a plot twist, and it fucks everything up. I know when this gummy kicks in, it's gonna just, like, what the fuck? But when I really think about it, like doing this, mostly, because this is taking up anywhere in the range of like 2 to 5 hours of my day every day. Not that I don't enjoy it. I do. It's amazing to see how much I can talk. But the really cool part is all the stuff that happens when I'm not doing this. All the things that are outside of my control that tie back into this. I mean, it's one of those things. It's just things that you can't really explain it because it's not going to mean shit to nobody, but not unless you're going through like kind of the same thing. I just got this really deep and considering what the fuck happened? How the fuck did we get here? Again. It sounds like a complaint, but it's not. It's just kind of like bewilderment. I was actually just saying, I have a hard time reconciling things that are too good to be true. Which is true, I am. I have a hard time with it. It's really tough. But what makes it more difficult? I think I want to go over there today. I never got to play golf. What makes it really difficult sometimes, for me at least, is how there's times where, like, there's a lot of like unbelievable shit that happens in my life, but also but at the same time, like, I can deal with it, you know? Like, I come out the other end, and I'm like, God damn, dude. Go you. That would have broke a normal person. I believe that. But then there's other times where it's like, what the fuck? I'm not going to be able to go back to my old way of thinking now. Because if I accept this, and this is a big part of it, we're going to talk about accelerating through the schools of magic and mysteries. Like, there comes a point where you have to face some unbelievable shit. And then, shit. Okay, that's how it is now. Oh, okay, so that's just it. That's where we're gonna leave this? It's like, oh, that's just how it is now? Yeah, I don't know. Until we can figure out what the fuck is going on. I don't ever do this. I'm just gonna pop squat into some dirt in my black pants, nice and dirty. Oh, the wind fucking died. Like a fucking wind tunnel, man. It's like everywhere. Oh, much better. Less dirt, I think. 16 minutes. We got another fucking hour and 45 minutes of this. He's thinking about something. Yeah, he is thinking about something. He's thinking about a lot of shit because it. I don't know, man. I'm just fucking really high. That's an excuse. And you're not even that high yet. You're gonna be a lot higher in a couple minutes. Yeah, I know. It's for work though, so. It's a work project. The fuck kind of work project do you get high on? I don't understand that. I'm in a weird industry. What? Being homeless? Hanging out in the woods? Yeah, kind of. Basically. No, it's just like I didn't. I was expecting a regular day. I know my regular days are like irregular, but it just. I don't think it was gonna go like this. Why? Because. I mean, it's exactly the way that I wanted today to go. Not that I planned it, not that I could have planned it, but it's one of those unplanned things that when I look at it, up till now, I mean, it's not even the end of the day yet. I mean, still got hours before the sun goes down. Who the fuck knows what the fuck else is gonna happen? What could possibly happen next? Yeah. Yeah, every single one of those things could happen next. So I make a case about it. I don't know. I don't know. Is this me making a case about it? I guess so. Ugh, God. I don't like the idea of my ass in dirt. So, it's not that I don't like being magical. I'm magical as fuck. It's just, I feel like something got cracked open today, and there's no putting it back together. Sanity. Wop, wop, wop. Nah, it's not that entirely. Victory lap. You should be doing a victory lap. Is that what I should be doing? Is that what I should be doing? A victory lap? Yeah, recount how you got here. Alright, well, I mean, it all just started because I felt this deep desire to break down sleep token symbolism to my lady friend. Because I know she loves them. And I thought it might enhance her experience the next time she listens to them. I mean, granted, like, I'm just throwing my own personal conjecture on some things that other people did. But I'm a witch, so, and I know the things. I understand what's going on, what's like being displayed. And I think it's really fucking cool. I love talking about that stuff. And I'm also like one of those people where it's like, you know, nigga, if you're qualified to be talking about it, you might as well talk about it. You literally have just spent 5 years of your life devoted to understanding all this stuff, and then you happen to meet this chick who, in a few years, is going to display an appreciation for a band that blatantly just puts it out there. And if you understand it so well, which at this point, if we're going to be perfectly honest, like, you better know that shit. I hope you got as much out of what you were explaining than what she got. But it's my everyday life. It's part of my job to know those things. So, what good is knowing something if you don't have anyone to express it to? Well, you can do it to the online community. I don't give a fuck about the online community. I don't give a fuck. I don't even like people. I like her. The only reason I'm doing this is because I can't talk to her. I used to get so bored. No, bored's the wrong word. I used to get so lonely because of everything I was working on. Which, when you get into the industry of witchery, the industry of magic, like, it's not like other industries. Not that I know of. I mean, it is. Well, no, that's not true. That's not entirely true. I think every other industry is kind of based off of some form of magic, just like every religion is too. Especially the ones that say they're not. Especially the ones that say they're not. There's a rock over there. I want to go pick it up and throw it. But not hard, just kind of like, bleh. It's like a half-ass throw. Just like one that's like, you didn't put any effort into that whatsoever. No. I just wanted to put it in a different place. Why? I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. But it's driving me nuts now. It's like literally, it's fucking just won't stop. Get up, pick it up, throw it. There we go. Now it's over there. You feel better? A little bit. In my head, I'm seeing the commercial for that retro fitness. I pick things up and I put them down. All I want to do is just pick it up and put it down. That's it. In a different spot than where it was at. Do you think it looks better there? Yeah. I think it looks more natural right there than it does over there. It's on a fucking slab of concrete. I am impressed that the grass grows back. This is where I play golf from, so I usually tear this motherfucker up. So I'm surprised. That's why I'm surprised that it all grew back. What? Focus. Yeah, so I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm just thinking, I'm like, 5 years. It's a long time. My business coach just said it takes 10 years to become an overnight success at anything. At the halfway point. Officially. Is there 31 days in May? Or is there 30? It's important because today's the 30th, which means tomorrow's either the 1st or the 31st. But if it's the 31st, then that means that the 1st isn't going to be until Thursday. Which would mean that Friday's going to be the 2nd, and then the 3rd is going to be on Saturday. The important thing is to know what day the 3rd is. Because the 3rd is going to be the 5-year anniversary of the day that I started writing. At 8:31 p.m. So technically that'll be like the 5th anniversary. A 5th anniversary. I mean, I feel like I need to shave. I feel like since October, I've had nothing but 5-year anniversaries. 5-year anniversary to the first time I learned how to free write. 5-year anniversary since the QAnon thing. 5 years since I decided to delve into symbolism and occultism. 5 years since my mental breakdown. Well, what I thought was a mental breakdown. 5 years since... 5 years since I started that Twitter account. I started actively using my Twitter account. And then it would take another 3 months for me to get kicked off, permaban from Twitter because of Elon Musk. After he stole my fraction of a share. And I say stole because I repeatedly said I am not... I'm not saying yes. I'm saying no. You cannot have my share. I don't care if you make it private. This is mine. I want it. I worked too goddamn hard to get this motherfucker, and I will not say yes. I'm going to be a spiteful, bratty little prick because I don't want to share my toys. Because I know it's going to happen. And it happened exactly the way I thought it would. I gotta keep pushing the boundaries. I gotta keep stepping over the fucking don't cross this line. I got kicked off. But that was probably for the best. I was kind of hoping I was gonna kick off this too. And Facebook. Sometimes I just write shit and I'm like, this is the one, man. This is the one. This is the one that's gonna get you kicked. Because, like, what are you doing? But no. Yeah, eventually. I don't know. Five years since I started this channel. That's a long time. It's more my therapy. I have this grandiose vision of public speaking. So, this is my therapy to get over the insecurities of doing it. Not that I really have a hard time talking about myself. I mean, I love talking about myself. I'm my favorite subject. I always have been. But I'm good with, like, small groups. That's what I'm used to. It's, like, small groups. This kind of puts me in a mental space where I have to, like, accept that it's not impossible. It's improbable, not impossible, that every single person in the entire world is watching this at the exact same time. I used to do these live just to do it, to make it even scarier for myself, because, like, people would actually, not often, like, once in a while, like, I go on a fucking 4-hour talking spree, and some fucking person is gonna fucking sit there and watch for a little bit. The fuck are you talking about? Don't know. I'm just going on and on and on. It seemed like a healthier option than continually calling Freemason lodges and starting deep esoteric conversations with people that I don't know, that are part of an international fucking organization of people who know the same thing that I do, but they don't really come out and talk about it unless you ask them questions, and then they'll hey, yeah, man, I'll talk about this shit all day. I once called a Freemason lodge I was on the phone with those fucking guys. I was on the phone with that guy, or maybe it was a lady. I forget. I know it's a different kind of Freemasonry. I've chatted it up with both, but there is a branch of Freemasonry that lets women in. It's an unconventional. It's more of a modern approach to it. But if you go to an actual Freemason lodge, chances are it's men's only. It's a boys only club, but it's a boys only club because the girls get a club too. Like all the wives of Freemasons. I don't know about all the wives, but where the men go to the Freemasons, the ladies they go to the Eastern Stars. It's like the men equivalent. It's like the difference between a man Jew and a lady Jew. It's just unregulated Judaism, essentially. But does it help? Oh, of course it helps. I wouldn't be doing it if it didn't help. We're just coming out of the winter time. I've been like cooped in. I've been living in hotels for the past October, November, December, January, February. That's 5. March, April, May. So over these 3 months, I was in a hotel for 2 weeks. It's out of 12. So yeah. So take those 2 weeks and tack that on to the previous 4 months. It was a work thing. It was a work thing. Traveling salesman. No, that's kind of what it was like. Traveling salesman who didn't get commission. You got commission that one time, so to make up for the other times. So I don't complain. And if I remember correctly, you didn't have to pay for food for those 34 weeks. 30 weeks, right? 30 weeks. It's a long time. You have to pay for food, you have to pay for travel, you don't have to pay for shit. The only thing you had to pay for was cigarettes. And whatever clothes that you got at 50% discount. Like those $235 boots that you got for $90. Or these dogs right here that you got for fucking like $40. The fuck you talking about? Stop being such a fucking ingrate. And don't worry about the money. Fuck them. You slapped your dick on the table as you smashed the table in half with your dick. Give yourself a pat on the back. You earned it. Go. Do it. I was impressed. You impressed the fuck out of me. If they tell you to go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself. They want to fight back? Fight back. You got to teach the pretty girl about magic. And show her how deep that your brain goes. Congratulations. Give yourself another pat on the back. You earned it. Go for it. Yeah, I'm not fucking with you. Do it. And And not to mention that over this 72-hour battle with COVID that you had, you fucking managed to put together a mental blueprint of the spherical nature of the days of the week and the hours of the days of the week. You're a fucking genius, man. Give yourself another one. Do it. 2. You earned it. Look at the way this past week has planned out. And I'm talking about from the moon to the moon. Fuck these people. They're not even there. Even if they are, they're not even real. So it doesn't fucking matter. I'm talking about from the moon to the moon. From the Virgo quarter moon to the Taurus new moon last week. How was the week? I'm talking, how was the week? It was good. It was awesome. It was so fucking awesome. Scary. I'm trying to do my best to remember everything, but I feel like I'm on the spot right now. Like, I got a lot of writing done. I was really impressed with how I said fuck it to corporate one more time and said, no, I'm not going to stand for this. And now I'm going to include the ombudsman. Like, I was impressed. I was impressed by myself. Give yourself another pat on the back then. And what happened? On the day of the moon, they contacted me and let me know that they were forwarding my information to the American version. That's called results, man. They didn't make that happen. You made that happen. You did. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's fucking impressive. You know how many people don't have the balls to do that? Because what happened on the new moon? What happened on the new moon? Because it took another week before you decided to get the higher ups involved. The higher ups. What happened on that goddamn new moon? Because you just emailed the court people right before that moon, on Thursday, I think it was. Maybe Wednesday. What happened on the Taurus new moon? They paid me. They paid me the money that they should have paid me 4 weeks prior. Say it how you said it to them. The money that they withheld from my pay for 4 weeks after firing me. Because I opened my mouth and said, I'm not going to stand for this anymore. And who made that happen? I did. Are you seeing a trend? Because when did you send that email? The one that got you paid. When did you send that email? The week prior. So it took about a week and a half for them to get you the money that they withheld from you for 4 weeks. Yeah. Was that them that called you and said, oh my God, we're so sorry? No. Which was why I emailed them the other day. Why? Because what do? No. Don't even tell me what they did. I want you to tell me what you told them that they did. I thank them for getting me my money that they had withheld from me. And then I pointed out to the collective that had been in the email chain progressively. Because the email chain started off as only me and 3 other people. And then after a week of not hearing anything, I realized I had to get someone else involved. So I gave them another week, and then I realized, okay, I might be talking to the wrong version of corporate. So then I involved HQ in Germany. But one of the email addresses I spelt wrong. So it didn't go to the guy, but everybody saw that I was intending on sending it to him. And then what happened? I got a response about a day or 2 later. Saying thank you. Thank you for filling us in. Thank you. I actually got, I quote, many thank yous. I'm going to be handling your case. I'll be your contact. Okay? And then on the next pay cycle, I woke up to the 49 hours of pay that I didn't receive, including overtime. And then what? And then I pointed out to them that as much as I appreciate you paying me for the 4 weeks that you withheld from me, there were still another 7 points that I had brought up that we have not discussed, and I can't help it, but I was just outside smoking a cigarette, and I just heard this voice in my head go, just shut him up by just give him that and shut him up. This way he gets the fuck out of our hair. I didn't say that. I said the first part of it. And then what did you do? I made sure that the guy whose name I spelt wrong the first time, I spelt right this time. So you included a new party into this email chain. Yes. Because the email chain has had to grow due to a lack of response over monetary issues. That's correct. Why didn't you go to a lawyer? I didn't want to. Because I wanted to do it by myself. Because one person said to me, why don't you just leave this alone? And I thought about that. And I realized the purpose I was doing in the first place, yeah, I could have used the money. It's almost, after taxes, about $3,000. I only got $600 of it. And I realized, I could do a lot of things. I had considered the Better Business Bureau. But I thought it might be wiser to exhaust as many resources as I had gathered during my time there before I do anything incredibly drastic, like report them to the Better Business Bureau for what I consider to be shady business practices, not just against me. I'm not concerned about me. I allowed them to take advantage of me. I openly allowed them to take advantage of me. Because I told myself, you're not saying no to anything. You're putting everything into this. And so I did. And I did a fucking amazing job. But after the last 2-week job, I felt that I was being put in a position where either I zip it up like everybody else, and just take the L. Or I allow myself to lose my shit, standing up for my values. And considering, from my perspective, when someone tells you they're a witch, don't just blow it off like it means nothing. And whether it's intentional or not, and this isn't just for a witch. I mean, big fucking deal. Woohoo. Yeah, I got my pointy fucking wizard's hood too. This is my dirty ass fucking witch hat. My pointy hat. This goes for fucking anybody. Like this is the type of consideration you should have for any other human being. Which is, don't take a shit on somebody who's doing you a favor. Don't treat them like they're just some dirty little nigger that you're gonna throw away after you're done with them. We're not talking about a prom night dumpster baby. None of us are prom night dumpster babies. Even prom night dumpster babies shouldn't be treated the way that they are. Prom night dumpster babies, the babies that are like, the moms, they give birth to them at the prom and then they throw the baby into a dumpster. Prom night dumpster babies. They're a thing. Don't treat people like prom night dumpster babies. Don't just throw them in the trash because you don't want them. Because that's a lot of what I saw. I had this one guy who was working with me. This fucking guy, he was sick. Like, he literally looked like he was gonna die. People would come to the store and go, is he alright? Because he looks like he's gonna die. And to be perfectly honest, my boy might actually be dead. His health was that critical the last time I spoke with him, that it's possible that he's not even alive anymore. And he never responded to me the last time I reached out to him. So it's possible that my friend died. He was my #1 guy. He was my good time boy. He was my fucking homie. Like, this dude would take a fucking bus from Lancaster City to work every day. The guy could barely fucking walk. He had orthopedic shoes because he had osteoporosis and a hole in his foot that was leaking for the 4 months that I knew him. He had anemia. He had arthritis. His kidneys were failing. Guy was taking fucking kidney medicine that was fucking making him fucking puke. Red fluid, red goop. And not only did I have to see it, but we had built a collective of people that would help us out. And other people saw it. People were concerned. People were worried about this guy's fucking life. It's corporate America. What do you expect? Better. I expect better. That's why I went to go work for the company. That's why I bought stock in the company. That's why I still own stock in the company. Because I expect better. I got friends all up in that fucking place. And everybody that I know, they're all miserable. They hate their fucking jobs to one degree. Now, who doesn't hate their job? Exactly. This isn't an isolated case. This is an epidemic that runs rampant throughout the fucking world. people having to fucking lie to themselves that they love what they do for a paycheck. Meanwhile, they're letting these fucking organizations, these fucking corporations, these entities, fucking gobble up their souls like Satan chewing on Judas. As a Dante's Inferno reference, like if you didn't read it, you wouldn't have gotten that. Who is he talking to? The future. I see some of these things get at least one person looking at them, so I might as well fucking talk to them. Because I grew up a fucking anarchist street punk raver. Like, that's why I am the way that I am. When you mix street punk raver with fucking witchcraft, you get a big fucking cunt. And not the good ones, the ones with the fucking teeth. Like shark teeth. Dentata. Which is a fucking cool movie, by the way. Vagina dentata. It's where the vagina grows teeth as a defense mechanism. It's not just a movie, it's based on... I don't know. I mean, there's cases. I mean, the concept has history to it. Oh my God. Think of it like an octopus beak. Comes out of there. Yeah, but that's what you get. I mean, that's what you get. I mean, it just happens to be, it's just that my past lives all went into making me what I am. I mean, I'm not just talking about my past lives in different bodies. I'm talking about my past lives in this body. My history, timeline, past lives. By the time I was a dad and a husband and worked in the graphic industry, or that time I was living with my dad and working with my dad and working at a radio station, or that time I was in that one high school, or that time I was in that other high school, or that time I was in that one intermediate school. We can go back. We can keep going backwards. That time I was a semen in my father's testicles. That time I was an egg in my mom's womb when she was ovulating. Which probably would have been around November. Around November 17th-ish. Give or take a week or two. Of 1979. It's a story we've never talked about as a family. But I was watching this clip on YouTube last night of Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It was at the end of the movie where Kurt Russell is talking to the Guardians, and what's that guy's name? Brax? The big muscle guy. He couldn't wrap his head around this concept that Kurt Russell, he was in human form, but he was a planet. He was also a planet. It's just a long story. But he didn't understand how a planet was able to make a baby with a human woman. And he's like, did you grow a penis? And everyone's like, dude, come on, man. And then he's like, Drax. And then the guy Drax is like, what are you talking about? On the every winter solstice, my father would tell us the story. He would tell us the story about how he conceived me. The one dude looks back, he's like, dude, that's gross. No, it's not. It's beautiful. I love that story. You humans have too many hang-ups. Yes, I did grow a penis, Drax. Thanks for asking. I fucking love that movie. Yeah, where was I? Oh, past lives. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. All that shit went into this shit, which makes me feel like I don't have to take anyone's shit. So, if I feel like shit's being handed to me, I'll do my best to polish it. Like, I've been studying and practicing alchemy for fucking years. I like to think I'm fairly proficient at it. Turning shit into gold is something that I just have a habit of doing. Because I'm really good at it. But there comes a point where you can only shovel down so much shit before it's like, I gotta puke this stuff up, man. Like, there's too much. I'm sorry. Like, and unfortunately, in my past life, I used to take the shit and then I'd puke it out at home. But I'm going to try a different technique this time, and all the shit that my job is shoveling to me, I'm going to puke it right the fuck back at you. Because one, I have absolutely nothing to lose. This job's a hobby to me. I'm not like these other people that they need a fucking paycheck. I'm not saying I don't need a paycheck. I need a motherfucking paycheck. But that's why I refuse to rely on someone else to give me a fucking paycheck anymore. Sorry. I just won't do it. And if I have to go through these fucking hoops to get a fucking $2 billion a year fucking company to fucking pay me honestly, because, granted, the 3,000, we can argue it back and forth, semantics. They don't owe me shit. I forgive the whole thing. Fuck it. Cram it right up your collective asses. Or how about this? Distribute that shit back to some employees, you fucking tight motherfuckers. Nazi-loving cocksuckers. I love Nazis too, so fuck you. My dream is to have a Hugo's Boss shirt with fucking Hitler with his dick fucking slapped on a fucking table. Right on the CEO desk. Sprechen the dick. But the reason I say they owe it to me, and the reason I'm making a fucking issue about it, is because of the shady clandestine behavior that was put into play to keep it out of my range of perception that I should have been getting paid a lot more than what I was actually getting. And then once I brought it up and I was getting these fucking backwards excuses that didn't exist last year when you first asked me to do this shit, they just happen to pop up as soon as where did he get that idea from? Oh, I don't know, just fucking working with blabbermouths. The fuck do you think we do all day when there's nobody in the fucking store? We blabber to each other. Oh, spoiler! It's not like these motherfuckers aren't watching the camera. I don't think they knew I knew. Unless they told the guy to tell me that they were watching, but knowing their behavior, they had no idea that we were having the conversations that we were having, unless there really are mics in those motherfuckers, which I believe that there are. Do you know what it's like to be in a fucking place you don't want to be in, with fucking cameras pointing at your face all day, no matter where you go? They even watch you take a shit. I'm sure I'm not the only person that's heard of German Scheisse flicks. No, but the one guy that I was working with, throw everybody under the bus. This one guy I was working with, he was telling me how he went to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom once, or somebody went to the bathroom. I don't remember, but the door wasn't shut. So he got a phone call from the vice president of the company asking him where their manners are. What? Nigga, if you want to know the intimate details like that, why don't you get your ass down here? That was one of the things that got me in trouble. I emailed the vice president of the company because I heard the regional managers were going to do a surprise visit on this store that my friend and I were locked in. We could have walked anytime we want, but integrity. I was doing it for me. I wasn't doing it for the people that I was working with or allegedly for. I wanted to make sure that my company was running properly and being managed properly. Why? Because I'm a motherfucking investor. I don't give a fuck if it's one fucking share. I don't give a fuck if it's 0.002% of a fucking share. Fucking shareholder's shareholder. One share is the equivalent of fucking 13 billion shares. I also studied Jewish fucking math. And number magic. And something we all know in the number magic community is zero doesn't exist. Zero didn't even get invented until like the fucking 1800s or some shit. I don't know, fucking Google it. I'm going to. Zero is a human invention. I give it 500 years, max. Maximum. Even the fucking ancient fucking knucklehead fucking occult scientists from the ancient world knew that nothing doesn't exist. Nothing. The one thing that's actually impossible. Because if there was, there wouldn't be anything else. What do you call it? Fallacy? I think in the classical sense, not in the rhetorical sense. I have nothing in my hand. No, you have bone and blood and tissues. I meant on my hand. I have nothing on my hand. That's not true either. You have air molecules and skin and blood and tissue. How many layers deep do you want to go into your hand? Because even at the very core of your hand, you have atoms. And even those fucking atoms are made up of shit. And who the fuck knows what the fuck that shit's made up of? It's just like an endless layer of shit. No matter which way you go, there's shit. I used to believe when I was a kid, I only told one person about this. And I forget if they told me I was crazy or If they tried naming it, I forget. Well, I had a couple interesting queries. One was that nothing exists if I don't see it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like it's not even there. It's incredibly narcissistic, I know. Did I ever tell you about the time that I believe that the sun, moon, and stars revolve around me? And the fucked up thing, I can prove that. I can actually prove that. I'm still waiting for a motherfucker to show me the fucking Earth go around the sun without using a graphic or drawing it. Show me. Just fucking show me. You want me to believe it so much? Just show me a picture. Let me see it from a perspective where I can go, oh shit, okay, there it is. It's doing it. It's literally doing a thing. No. They can't. No, I'm saying it doesn't. It doesn't. Just... At what point am I allowed to trust my own fucking senses? And make my own fucking judgment calls? Well, no one's saying you can't. I'm not... I know. I'm not sure what I'm saying. I'm just talking. But now you cut me off and I don't even know what the hell I was thinking about. Strangulation rate. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm fucking strangling myself. Plant medicine. This is actually helping me breathe. If not, then I wouldn't have fucking gotten over COVID in fucking 48 hours. That and my fucking sheer will. I mean, Jesus Christ. That was fucking intense. And I'm not even talking about the body high. Like, that was fucked up. But the mental and emotional shit that was coming up because of it, and my fucking headphones went out. I have a very strategic bedtime ritual where these motherfuckers are charged every single night. I don't give a fuck if the box says 30 hours. These shits have to be ready to go all fucking day and sometimes all fucking night. I don't have time to fucking be taking them off. Why? Because it's my defense against the dark arts. That's why. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with being alone with my thoughts or hearing the sound of my own voice. It's not that. It's this fucking place. I'm not just talking about this place alone. It's this place. You know that part from The Matrix? Where Agent Smith is with Morpheus and Morpheus is like ready to fucking break? Like he says like he's done. Everyone on the Nebuchadnezzar, they're about to fucking pull the plug on this motherfucker. And then Smith just fucking has a complete meltdown. This place. I need to get out of this place. Like, the stink of it is like, I can taste it. You take these off, it is a miserable fucking world. And when I get miserable, I make everybody miserable. It's not even about misery loves company. Misery loves to watch people suffer more than misery is. It's a toxic trait. That's why Mr. Toxic. Not joking about that. That's my soul's name. It's one of my soul's names. It also goes by Mr. Demon. Mr. I was just about to. Mr. Tea Time. Speaking of, can we please fucking bring those goddamn clubs out here tomorrow? I've been asking you for days. I was sick! I couldn't get out of the fucking bed. And all I kept on thinking about was how I was not going to talk to my lady friend again. Do you know what that's fucking like? While your body is fucking dying? Do you have any idea what that feels like? And then the fucking visuals that come along with it? Oh, because I didn't stop eating my fucking gummies. It's work. And just because I'm sick doesn't mean I get a day off of work. I don't get days off of work. There's no... When you work for yourself, when you hashtag be your own boss, you forego all fucking days off. Vacation, nope. Why is that? It's a vacation. Nope. Even work on vacation, believe it or not. You ever watch Love Island? It's one of my new favorite shows. Because it was feeding my toxic leech so much that when I got home, magic happened. Holy shit, magic happened. I forgot all about that. Not that I forgot about it, I just forgot the sequence of events that led up to it. No, my lady friend, she loves Billy Velo and him. Posters on her wall. Used to have posters on her wall. And he was playing about an hour away, but she couldn't go because she was working. Now, mind you, I'm not a big him fan. I wasn't. I would normally turn that type of music off, or I wouldn't go out if I had the option. I wouldn't go out of my way to listen because of feelings. Because my lady friend has had the privilege of holding my hand while I've been learning to explore my feelings in more artistic ways, creative ways. Extracting, transmuting the demon guy into more of like a fallen angel type of guy. Not so self-destructive in the literal sense, more in the Fight Club type of sense, in the Tyler Durden type of sense of self-destructive. Self-improvement is masturbation. Now, self-destruction. That's an art. I'm just finishing the sentence for him. He didn't say that in the movie. Because it is. And when you get really good at it, you don't have to hide your imaginary friend anymore, because you realize that your imaginary friend is the soul that's been fucking trying to wake up in you the whole fucking time, that's been fucking screaming at you, I can't fucking do this shit no more, I'm taking the fuck over! And it's fucking mutiny. It feels like mutiny in your fucking head, and your life just fucking falls apart. And you start looking at everything going, what the fuck did I do? How the fuck did I do that? Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? And the next thing you know, you're sitting in a field, talking to a camera, phone, going on like a madman, while the police drive by 3 or 4 times. Probably going, ugh, this guy, I hope he's not having I hope he's not having a meltdown, the wizard. Oh, because I had the cops called on me once. Because of a fucking YouTube video I did. A YouTube video that I did with the specific intention to have a specific result come about because of the existence of the other. It was an experiment. It was a magic experiment, actually. That's literally what it was. I was very clear about it. I thought I was clear about it. It's in one of these fucking videos. But but my inside voices at the time, because I exercise I exercise my psychic abilities. I don't just fuck around all day. Like, I put them to work. Like, it's like neuroplasticity. You have to exercise it to make it stronger. The stronger it gets, the more like, what the fuck? Did that just happen? Yes. Yeah, it totally did. So then, so it kept on telling me that my ex-wife was watching these videos, and I'm like, I gotta know. So I don't know if I smoked weed that day or what happened, but I did smoke weed that day. I don't think I smoked weed until after the fact, though. So I went on this fucking big rant, and I'm like, I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking throw everything out there just to see what happens, because I think you're watching, and I think you're gonna do something, and so I think I went on the whole Antichrist thing, how the Antichrist, Wizard. I brought up Wizard. This was before witchcraft came into my life. So this was when I was still like in wizard form. So, and I don't normally say, I don't like saying that. I always preferred magician, but that kind of, in the Aleister Crowley sense, not the Penn and Teller type of sense. It's the two different types of magic. That's why they're spelt differently. But it's more of an inside thing. Like, you only know it if you know what you're talking about. It's like, because regular people are they're gonna shit on it anyway. So it's more for the people that are like in the know. It's like the difference between nigga and nigger. Yeah, man, what'd you do? I'm a magician. No shit, I'm an alchemist. Nice to meet you. Cool. My boy over here, he's a sorcerer. Really? I know this druid down the street. Yeah, it goes like that. Not often. Usually in like the weirdest fucking times. You know, it's fun. I told this story before, but after a weird situation that ended up with me smoking crack, I was on a bus to LA. But oh no. There's different time. There was no wizards in LA. There was angels though, which was ironic. But that's kind of one of the reasons I went there, because I wanted to see if that was going to happen, and it did. That was weird. She lived in a tent on the side of the street with her boyfriend that stunk of piss and had human feces all over the place. No, but this was in Dallas, which was a fucking weird experience altogether. I talked to JFK. He didn't tell me who shot him. He didn't know. He had his back turned. But I did learn that when he did get shot, the bullet didn't kill him right away, which I knew. But it only destroyed the cerebrum and the limbic system. It destroyed the human brain and the mammal brain. The reptile brain was still alive, though. The R complex, that was still alive. That's the only thing that was keeping his body alive. So that dude, like, I don't know if he heard. I don't know if he was able to understand what was being said around him, because people were talking around him. And he still had his ears. It was just the fucking back of his head that was fucking blown off. Or at least he had one ear. So the audible frequencies were still entering his ear, but the higher thinking parts of his brain weren't able to comprehend it because they weren't there. But the reptilian brain did. The reptilian brain hears things differently than all the other brains. Like, it interprets information differently. Like, that's your fight or flight brain. That's your fight or flight brain. But it's also the psychic reptilian brain, too. Because it doesn't talk in words. It doesn't have a fucking mouth, so to speak. But it talks in feelings. Like fear, rage, anger. All the really good feelings, the fiery feelings, the ones that are like, fuck! Fuck! I didn't get to do the thing. Like that. Something's gonna be mad. Mad at me? Mad at yourself. No one pushed you through a door you didn't open on your own. And nobody pushed you. Yeah, but his echo was still there. Like in the spot, Dealey Plaza. They got it taped off. Like, you go there, you feel that shit. That was one of the reasons why I went there. Because I wanted to see if I could channel anything. Because I was by myself. I didn't have anyone to fucking answer to. I had the opportunity to meet up with my cousin, but she was still on the other side of the country, so those plans got squashed. I'm like, what? It's perfect. I don't have to entertain anyone. I'm literally on my own in a strange place. Thousands of miles away from home? Maybe 2? All by myself in Texas. For 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Or a week and a half? Yeah. Well, the original drive there was 2 days. And then I stayed for another week and a half. And then the bus was another 2 days home. Scary 2 days. But anyway. The night I got there, I met this street kid. Because apparently downtown Dallas, where the Greyhound station is not entirely a tourist area. Depending on which direction you go to, like if you stay on the side where the Greyhound is, you'll see sights. You will definitely see sights. And there's some good restaurants over there too. There's a really good Mexican restaurant. And there's a Western Outfitter where I got a raccoon hat for $20. That was cool. Its name was Coonfinger, and it just died. Because I let it get put into the dryer, which I shouldn't have done. And then I had a spare. I just happened to have a spare, which is why I bought Coonfinger in the first place, because I left the spare at home. And then I just fucking lost the spare. On my last job with Hugo Boss. I lost it on day 1. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I suspected that the dude I was working with, like, hit it on me, just because he hated it, and he hated me. A little bit. You get locked in a fucking in a clothing store for 14 days with a person. Technically, Technically 13 because one day I had enough. I'm taking a fucking day off. I did the shit and piss that I just fucking went through to get to right fucking now. I'm taking the fucking day off. My bank account's still in the motherfucking negative. I'm taking the fucking day off. I don't give a fuck if the money pops up in 2 fucking minutes. I'm taking the fucking day off. And I'm gonna get my ass up. I'm gonna go get my motherfucking breakfast. I'm gonna go get my motherfucking big ass fucking coffee that's over fucking caffeinated. And I'm gonna drink the shit out of it with my feet up, my shoes on, in that motherfucking king size bed. And I'm gonna fucking roll around. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want today. And I'm turning my motherfucking ringer off. Because... Am I going to get into it? Because I was asked nicely if I could cover my bill for a couple days while I waited for the money to be reimbursed to me. Then plans change, which is expected. And I was making it work. I was doing good. I was impressed. And I actually managed. I figured it out too. I was like, I could do this. I could do this. I'm going to have to do some shit I don't want to do. But I can make it happen. And goddamn did I fucking make it happen. But then my contact, whose last day it was, who I twice openly shared my fear about this, about the money situation. First time I was reassured. Second time, well, if you can't do it, then you can just go home. I'll find someone else to do it. That's exactly what I needed to hear, Coach. Thanks. I can make this work. I just needed someone to light a fire up my ass. Because one, you and I both know that you ain't gonna find nobody to do this shit. Not like me. And I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this for me. But after this, you can suck the big dick. I'm not talking about mine. Wouldn't work if I let you. It's a self-defense mechanism. I don't pull it out often, but sometimes you gotta. Red card, red flag, red flag. Definitely overstepped the boundary. I've had to a couple times. Not that it went anywhere like physical, but it was just more like, all right, I get it. I appreciate it. I do. I swear to fucking God, I do. And if it was my thing, I totally would have been like, absolutely. You're a gorgeous human being, but it just doesn't work that way. Sorry. It's not wired that way. I have a lesbian soul. I've been open about that since I was like 15. I think anyone who's ever paid attention to anything I said back then, I'd like to believe that they heard me say that at least one time. The only man I'm gay for is myself. Like if I've made this, I've talked to God about this too. Like if I have to do it, if I must, I got everything I need. I can take care of it. I love it. I could stare at it
All day. I do it in front of mirrors. I love it that much. I'm sorry for all the disrespect I gave it. Body shaving. I wasn't really sexually active unless I was in relationship. Well, for the most part. Or flings here and there, but... Less than 10, more than 5. Yeah. Yeah. Around there. Sometimes I double count because of windows of time that went in between, but it is what it is. I didn't try being a man whore until I was married. I felt more comfortable that way because I knew it wasn't going to work. Yeah, that's not entirely true. It was totally intentional. It was, I don't give a fuck. I just say it all the time. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't even say I love you. I like you swell. Yeah, as soon as he's 18, I'm gone, man. I don't know where the fuck you're going with this whole, like, pushing each other in a fucking carriage type of thing, because, nigga, I'll be leaving your ass in the goddamn mall. I'm out. Oh, yeah, it was like that. I wasn't... I'm not one to fucking... I was very clear with her family, too. They asked us once after we had our son, like, when you guys gonna get married? We're not getting married. Not happening. We're not even boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm never gonna be your boyfriend. Go get a boyfriend. Like, ain't gonna happen. She did that. I was like, wait, hold up. I may have misspoke. Yeah, that straightened you out. Kind of, for a little bit. No, it did. It did a lot. Not entirely. I mean, there was still a lot of shit. I still had a lot of shit I had to deal with that I couldn't deal with her, which sucked. Or him. Like, that was the shitty things. Like, over these past 5 years, I haven't seen them. A little by choice and a little not by choice. It's a mix. I'm glad though. Why? Because I'm fucking out of my mind. I can't hold a fucking job. I live at my mother's in her spare room. The only real relationships I have are over the fucking internet. I mean, I have relationships with my family. I mean, it's been a blessing to actually spend this time with them, because I got to, like, rebuild and mend bridges that were severely damaged. I even got to live with my grandmother and my uncles for a couple months, and even watch my mother's relationship with my uncle rebuild. It was a beautiful thing. Spent 3 months with them. It was amazing. My grandmother would tuck me in with blankets that she put in the dryer for me, just to make sure I stayed warm and toasty on the couch, on my dead aunt's couch. Because I'm also a psychic who can hear dead people. And I work with my ancestors. I'm very connected to my roots. Witchcraft isn't just a fucking job for me, it's also my life, it's in my blood. Not that it's exclusively in mine. But mine tells me, embrace the fuck out of it. Fuck the unbelievers. They can spreckens the dick too with fucking Uncle Hugo. Nice and slow too, so I enjoy it. De nada. Had a flashback. Oh, fuck. Ow. No, the volume just fucking cranked all the way up. COVID's still fucking tearing away at my lungs. You refuse to accept that it's cigarettes? No. Not at all. It's not all good for you. But even if there's only 0.02, even if there's like not a lot of a percent of it being good for you, it's never good for you in any way, shape, or form. That's not true. Tobacco is plant medicine. Ah. It's the hour of Jupiter. That's what the reminder was letting me know. The reminder was just letting me know that it is officially sunset because I'm working on building a new calendar that's based on an old calendar. Because I think it's more accurate than regular calendars. Well, at least the Western calendar, the Gregorian calendar. It involves astrology and astronomy and moonology and fucking physics and metaphysics and magic and words and charts and mental fucking diagrams that live on and on and on and they don't ever turn off. And it's like a fucking geometric nightmare in your head all day, every day. A philosophical, a theosophical, geometric fucking puzzle. It's constantly talking and turning and twisting. Don't forget the emotional correspondence with that too. Can't forget that. Because what would be thinking without feeling? All of the fucking feeling. The entire fucking spectrum. And then you have to learn to love the ones that you hate the most. It's like a gang of psychopaths stabbing rape holes into your body, and then they just fucking go to town. All of them. They put holes where there should be no holes. Is that a calf? No, that's a rape hole now. This would make Jesus blush while he was on the cross. Thank God I'm not that fucking guy. That looks like that sucks. I'll take my cross any day. Hey, Mr. Roman Centurion, poke a few more holes in me. Just don't stick your Roman dicks in them. like that. And find pleasure out of looking at that. Let me divert your attention to one of the videos that's talk about the toasted pincushion. That's a good one for the holiday season. Right before Krampus comes to take care of all the naughty little kids on Santa's naughty list. Uncle Hugo know who Krampus is. The German people all know who Krampus is. I think all of Europe knows who Krampus is. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in that? I don't think so. I'm sure the rest of the world has an equivalent too. Yeah, called Satan, asshole. Yeah. Right, so the clock. Yeah, no, I was talking about it. I was talking about it when I first started. Oh, we're looping back around. Spiraling back around. Yeah, no, I'm developing a clock and a calendar, apparently. I didn't. I mean, no, I've been putting that together for a while, but it actually just started coming together. I was just saying this too, is I needed something to kind of like turn two things at one time, like a belt. You know, in a car, like you got to do the timing belt, but the timing belt makes a couple things turn at the same time. It's like that. I needed something. I needed some kind of like intellectual belt that I can wrap around two other ideas so that everything can start moving at once. If you can imagine like a four-dimensional car engine, basically. The words coming to my mind is a four-dimensional V8. That just sounds really cool. That's actually the coolest thing ever. Fuck yeah, it is. I know it is. That's why I said it. Like one of those cool stick shift ones with a skull and ruby eyes. That would be cool as fuck. Not that glossy black either, like a matte black. I can see that. I think it would be even cooler if there was vinyl that like true black, that like fucking crazy ass black that looks like it's just empty space. That would be cool. You can't do that. What if we just changed the color a little bit? You'd be an asshole is what you'd be a total asshole. I know, but if you just turn the white to gold, I mean, it's got a whole different appeal to it. And then you just darken the red up a little bit, like a fucking, like, blood red. Like crimson red. That would be dope. But you'd still be a You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. I mean, it would be cool. It would totally be a dickhead thing to do, though. I think that's why I love it. Well, just hold on. You don't have to throw it away just yet. Maybe refine it a little bit. Right. Yeah, I've just got 10 minutes left on this. I might as well just fucking bang this out to start walking. I don't know. I'm like really comfortable. I don't feel like walking. But I still got to do work. I feel like all I did is just talk to this thing, my fucking lady friend. That's it. That's all I did today. But it was all incredibly productive. I'm not saying that it wasn't productive. I think today was actually like would I use the word productive? Fuck yeah, I'd use the word productive. I don't know if you remember what happened when we woke up. It didn't just start when she messaged you. Like, there was a bunch of shit that was going on beforehand. I don't know if you remember writing that whole motherfucking chart out. Like, refining it too, no less. Like, what are you doing? Did an amazing thing today. Today was like super fucking awesome. You know. That's not till next week. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I don't think that she can't see it. I would imagine everybody could see it. Oh! Are you fucking serious? That makes so much fucking sense. You know what? I should have you know what? I was literally just thinking something just like that too. Because it seemed too convenient that I would just happen to get sick on that one fucking day. And the way this whole fucking last week has played out, I am not fucking surprised by that at all. I'll promise you that. This has been one of those like, and you know what's funny? I got warned, I got tipped off on this. A couple times. I remember that last Michael card when we were, the night with Agaris, the night I did that post, the fucking night that I opened up the Solomon book, the night that this fucking started. I remember that. Oh, no, it was that new one. When it said no. Stop, hold. How did it? Fuck, it's cold, man. I thought it was fucking it's supposed to be nice. It's a nice time of year. Yeah, but you know, now that you're talking about it, like, that totally fucking makes sense. Because everybody, I've been we warned you. You warned me.
Yeah. You warned me so much, and I'm starting to think, did you accidentally put a curse on me? And I was just talking about this today. People don't even realize they're doing it. Yeah, but I also said the thing about curses being a blessings too. So you can't ignore that. Thanks, I guess. Thanks, I appreciate it. Which is kind of what I was trying to explain earlier about curses being blessings, blessings being curses. To turn a curse into a blessing, you have to be grateful for it and actually appreciate it and go, dude, that was awesome. Thank you. That actually was fucking awesome. That was the coolest thing ever. But I can't actually even say that's anyone else's fault. Anyone did it to me because, like I was saying earlier, I read a whole book on how to fucking curse and hex people, which all it did was enhance my understanding of curses and hexes because I already knew how to do them. This has helped me better understand how they work. So that I put every single curse in the book on myself. It was such an ingenious fucking plan too. I would have gotten away with it too. But it was an experiment. Because as I was reading the book, I started to think about all the people I would put curses on. And I'm like, no. Don't be doing that shit no more, man. You fuck people's lives up. You can fuck your own life up. So,